I've mopped the floors. I've cleaned the toilets and all that stuff, which I would have never done back home. So in a way, it was a very sort of humbling experience for me, and just gave me what's ahead of, like, to get to where I want to get to be. Just gave me like a heads up what I need to do and how much hard work it's going to take to fulfill that dream of becoming that international cricketer.
Absolutely, it's amazing to get to know this. The next thing is that we saw on Instagram post of yours where you made great Khali in Delhi. What was it like?
If the sky turns black, it don't matter. We know the sun is coming up. Feel so strong, it won't shatter. We were.
Hey guys, hello everybody, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Tales Down the 22 Yards. And yet, just like other days, we have got another international figure in front of us, and today, an Indian-born Irish cricketer along with us, and promising all-rounder for Ireland cricket, has played a lot of games here and there throughout the world. And yes, let's you welcome all the way from UK, Simi Singh with us. Simi Paji, how are you? How have you been doing?
Hi Arijit, I'm good, thanks. Thanks very much for inviting me to your show.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's finally back, after a long time. But not sure if it's back in Ireland. What's up there, in Ireland? Has cricket started, a bit of practice net sessions and all?
Yeah, no, we were lucky enough to have cricket. We only missed 1 or 2 months of our season, and then we obviously went to England to play ODIs, and then we played domestic cricket as well. So we didn't lose much of our cricket. So at the moment it's off season here, so we're just training indoors, and we're preparing for the tours after the new year.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's really good to hear that cricket is back, and even Ireland will be venturing in a lot of places, and let's hope that a lot of cricket to come in. And starting off, there are 3 segments over here, and that is the first segment which deals with your cricketing journey, how you came up as a cricketer, and the second one about your international career and your a bit of your domestic career for your Leinster Lightnings. You have played a considerable amount of cricket for them. Well, and the last segment, we have got a few contest kind of a thing for you, and we'll be speaking up a few phrases and words, and you need to say what strikes first after hearing those phrases or words. Well, starting off with the first segment, starting off with your journey, Simi Paji, you're born in India, if I'm not wrong. So how did exactly your journey start? Do you start your cricketing career in India, or was it you had to shift to somewhere else and then start?
No, yes, I did. My house is where my parents live is close to the Mahali cricket stadium, so it was just a natural transition for me to move to go to the academy there and then play cricket there. So that's where I learned playing cricket, and then I played for Punjab under 15s and 17s team, and after that I moved to Ireland to play further cricket.
What is the basic reason of you moving to Ireland, and not continuing in India?
I think it was like a forced. It was kind of a forced decision. I wasn't getting picked in the squads for under 19 squads for Punjab and further on, so I didn't see much like a promising future in India. So that's when I decided to go out of India and try playing cricket, professional cricket, international cricket somewhere else. So opportunity came along to go to Ireland and play a season there, and that's so I took that opportunity, and since then I've been staying here.
All right, that's absolutely lovely to hear that. And so like you went to Ireland over there, but all of a sudden, you were going to Ireland. Do you have any relatives or someone whom there in Ireland, and that they helped you along with that? And because it's difficult to cope, you're going to a different nation, and all of a sudden you start your cricketing career. So what is the story, story over there?
So the story was one of my friends who I used to play cricket with in India. He moved to Ireland with his brother. And then I used to talk to him, and then he told me that cricket standard is quite good here, and Irish team is getting better and better. So in the future it'll be a good team to play for, and if you're not getting opportunities in India, you could consider moving to Ireland. So that's when I decided a little bit out of frustration that I wasn't getting selected in India. So out of that, and with my friend being in Ireland, so I decided I'm gonna move there. And actually, when I moved to Ireland, he decided, like after a year, he came back to India because he finished his studies and he wanted to get involved in the family business. So I didn't have many friends at the start. So the journey, kind of, I had to do it all along on my own. So obviously I met people on the way who helped me through, but I didn't have like a family member or anyone there to guide me through. So I had to kind of learn everything by myself. So, I went to college and then I did part-time work at a store. So all these things I've done before actually getting involved into cricket and before becoming a professional cricketer. So it almost took me 12 years when I started to get to the Irish team, with all those steps involved: club cricket, inter-provincial cricket, Ireland A cricket, then an Irish team. So it's been a long journey.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's an inspiration journey. That it gives it will be a lot of inspiring journey for a lot of youngsters to come in. Moving out of the country all of a sudden, and you don't have anyone over there. We can understand. It can be understood well that it's a very good journey. Well, the thing is that there. During this long tenure of 12 years that you're speaking, you must have faced a lot of challenges, during your growth. So, could you share a few of the challenges that you faced, like for a very uncomfortable situation that you've encountered with, perhaps anything like that?
Yeah, first of all, I'll just go quickly through what used to be my everyday's routine and everyday schedule. So I used to wake up 6:30 and then get ready, take a 1 hour bus to college, and then another half an hour walk. So, and then go to college and finish college around 3, then come back again, go to work at 5 o'clock, and then finish work at 11 o'clock, then come home and cook. So it was basically, my day started at 6 and finished at 12 or 1. So continuous going on. And then at the weekends, when the college is off, I used to go play a cricket match and then work again in the evening. So it was pretty full on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't have any time to do cricket training or go to the gym or anything like that. So only time I had was on Saturdays when the club match is on. So that's the only time I used. And slowly, as I kept developing, as people started to get to know me, start performing in cricket, things started becoming a little bit easier. But at the start, it was very tough. And then I didn't speak much English at the start, so it was difficult to, just to communicate with people, and even like other stuff, household stuff. So cooking, I didn't know how to cook. I had to learn that, and washing, all these things. So which you take for granted when you live at home, and which your mom looks after or your dad looks after the other stuff. So suddenly you're in an environment where you have to do everything yourself. And the weather was very cold as well, so I had to get used to that. So there was so many challenges, and then going to work, and then I've mopped the floors, I've cleaned the toilets and all that stuff, which I would have never done back home. So in a way, it was a very sort of humbling experience for me, and just gave me what's ahead of, like, to get to where I want to get to be. Just gave me like a heads up what I need to do and how much hard work it's going to take to fulfill that dream of becoming that international cricketer.
Well, absolutely, it's amazing to get to know this man. Right. So, the next thing is that you have played cricket in India, and you have also played cricket in Ireland. So, what are the basic differences, growing up as a cricketer in India and growing up as a cricketer in Ireland? Well, I can very well understand that it's not that easy in India, and we all know that there's too much competition. But for Ireland, is it that easy? It doesn't seem so. It took you 12 years to make a name in Ireland cricket also. So, what's the basic difference, growing up as a cricketer in India and Ireland?
There's a few differences. First of all, the amount of people that live in India is obviously 1.3 billion or whatever it is. So you're competing with a lot of people. So on that basis, Ireland is very less numbers cricket-wise, and it's a small population anyway. So the competition is on a way larger scale in India. And then the conditions, I think, in India are completely different to here. If you're a batsman, the pitches are more suitable in India, and in Ireland the ball swings a lot, same like England, but the pitches are better in England compared to Ireland, so it's even twice hard work. And then I think the other difference is the pressure. The amount of pressure you are in India is huge, because if you have to score. If you're a batsman, you have to score 100 every game or every second game to get picked to the next level.
And even if you score 100, there is no surety that you're
no
getting
guarantee.
picked.
Yeah. So I remember when I was playing under 19s, the local district tournament in Punjab, I scored 400s in 4 games. Because I used to be an opening batter before before I slowly transitioned. We'll talk about that. But and then I didn't get selected. And that was actually the point when I thought I need to move out of there. So I think the system over here is much more organized than it is in India at the lower levels. Obviously, when you get to Ranji Trophy and all those, that's more organized. But before that, the junior system, or when I was there, it wasn't as efficient as it could be.
All right, I see. Okay, so that's something where Indian cricket needs to work on. Well, I think there's been a lot of working going on, but let's hope for the best. And as you mentioned, recently about your transition, from opening to an all-rounder. How did it came? Like, how did you become an all-rounder from all of a sudden from an opening batsman?
So I used to bowl a little bit in India, but the coaches over there, they believe in more specialists. So either you become a batsman, or back then anyway, because there was no IPL or anything. So either you become a batsman, a main batsman, or a main bowler or whatever. So there was very few kind of all-round players. So I think obviously everyone enjoys batting when they're younger, and then slowly when I was living in Ireland, I had no one to sort of train with me when I was free. So the only thing I could do was to go in the net and bowl. So I slowly started practicing by myself, and then just kept developing as a spinner. And because of the requirement here of spinners, so I was looked at more, in a better way that I'm a spinner and I'm a batsman as well. So if I was just a batsman, I'm competing with a lot of other batters as well. So being a spinner gave me that advantage to get picked in the team, I think.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. And you spoke about that the pitches in the Ireland are more of a certain England kind of pitches. So yeah, there will be more swing, and there will be lacking of spinners. So Ireland cricket is they must be honored to have you, man, as a spinner. Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. We come to our next segment over here, and here we'll be speaking about your journey, in the international format, playing for the Leinster Lights, and few stories and tales. Well, first of all, the moment you got a call from the Ireland cricket team, what was it? Just recall that moment. What was it like to you? After 12 years, you're getting a call. That must be one of the sweetest ever memories that you've got with you.
No, of course, yes. I remember I was packing my bag because I was playing for Ireland A at that time, and I had to go to the UK to play some matches against Bangladesh. So I was preparing for that. I was packing my bag, and I think it was in the evening time, around 7 or 8 UK time. I got a call from the selector, and then he said, "What are you doing?" And I told him that I'm packing my bags to go to the UK to play matches to go to England. And then he said, "Stop doing that." And then I was kind of scared, like, I was shocked that have I been dropped from Ireland A? And then he said, "No, because you're getting picked for the senior team, and you will be playing against New Zealand." And that moment just will always stay with me. And I remember all the memories flashing through when I started playing cricket, at those days in Mohali, and all the tournaments I played in India, and then how I came, in that second. So I was obviously very happy, and then I rang my parents straight away, and it was, I think, 2 or 3 at night in India, and so I woke them up, and they were worried, like, is something wrong? Why are you ringing this late? And then I told them that I've been selected for the team, and they were obviously delighted as well. So that's definitely like one of the sweetest memories in my life so far.
All right, and so far you have been representing Ireland cricket in a consistent format. Well, that's good, And the thing is that now twisting the tails towards the third ODI, England was already leading 2-0 against Ireland, and you had to chase, like Ireland team had to chase 329 in the last 50 overs. And what was it like in the dressing room? Like, what was the atmosphere like? After the first innings, like when both the openers would come to bat.
Yeah, I think it was pretty clear that we obviously need to be positive from the start. And with Paul Sterling, with one of the openers, and Gareth Delaney, they're both positive players. So we knew if one of our top, or even 2 of our top 4 players came through, we can get close to the target, because the pitch was quite good and the boundary was small on one side. So it wasn't. We didn't think it was impossible. And the way Sterling played and Balbirnie, they batted really well, and then it was really significant win for us going forward, trying to qualify for that World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kevin O'Brien finished off very well. Yeah, that was one of the best innings, I feel, for both Balbirnie and Paul Sterling. That has to be, because they're facing a good bowling attack. England not at their best, but whatever they were really fine. Yeah, and the thing is that at any point of time, did you feel that just ahead of the third ODI that there can be a whitewash? We might incur a whitewash against England. And what was it like, the situation over there, atmosphere?
No, I think as a team, certainly me, we don't think that way, that it could be a whitewash. With the new World Cup Super League, every game is an opportunity, and you can get points from every game. So it's not like a regular series where if you lose the first 2 games, the third game is a dead rubber. So it still meant a lot, the third game. So we knew if we could win that game, we'll still get points for that. So everyone was kind of motivated. And when you're playing England, the world champions, the pressure is on them more, because we are going as underdogs. So if we can cause an upset, it's great for us, and that's what exactly happened.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ireland cricket is always known for causing upsets. Even in the 2007 World Cup, I remember, against Pakistan and Bob Woolmart, the certain, that was a terrible thing that happened after the match. And and the next thing that I would love to ask you is that how good is Andy Balbirnie as a captain for Ireland? He has been doing very good. We can see.
He's been brilliant. So since he's taken over, you can see the energy has been different in the team, and we've been playing a lot more with freedom. And if I talk about, especially for me, he's given me a lot of freedom with the ball, and he's shown a lot of trust in me, and that's shown in my performances recently. So I think he's obviously a young captain, and he gives his players the belief and freedom what you need, and then he sets an example by himself. The amount of runs he's scored in the last couple of years has been phenomenal against the top teams. He's a brilliant guy on and off the field, so he's been a great change for Irish cricket.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt on that. And we can see that by the performance as well. The next thing that I would love to take you is that the career of Simi Singh can be broadly divided into 2 halves. There is one playing for the Leinster Lightnings and the other one for the international format. You have played for Leinster Lightnings for almost 6 to 7 years, if I'm not wrong. And so thinking of which of the teams brings glory to your minds, playing for the Leinster Lightnings or the Ireland cricket?
They both mean a lot to me. With the Leinster Lightning, I started my career and like first class career and with those performances helped me to get into the Irish team. And then obviously playing for Ireland is a privilege in itself. So they both are special to me. Obviously playing for Ireland will always be the top thing for me. But even for Lightning, winning so many trophies is great memories there. So they're both important to me in their own way.
And moreover, in few of the tournaments, few of the seasons, you were the leading run scorer and the leading wicket taker. What about that? You have done absolutely mighty. How good, how impressive does that feel? How much with pride you can say that I've done something well over here. And yes.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, when I got picked for Ireland, then when you go back and play for the first class team, the pressure is slightly less because you're already playing for the international team, which helped me relax a little bit. And I started getting more opportunity in the Lightning team as well. I started to bat slightly higher up the order, and then I was bowling a lot more. So that's another factor that I got those performances in. And the main thing is the team won the trophies, so I'm just happy to contribute into that.
Well, all right. And the next thing is that, we saw an Instagram post of yours where you made great Khali in Delhi. What was it like? Pre-planned meeting or was it sudden?
No, it wasn't. So what happened was we finished the tour in India, and then we were waiting to get back to Dublin, Ireland, and then we were in the lounge, and Khali was in the next room, and all the guys obviously said, like, Simi, why don't you go talk to him, and then we want to get a picture with him and then talk to him. So I said okay. So I went into his room. I knocked on his room, and then his manager came out and told him this is the Irish cricket team, and they're all fans of Khali. They've seen the movie and obviously the WWE and all that. So, and then he let me in, and then I spoke to Khali, and he was very happy. He was, he was very, yeah, exactly. He was very nice, and then we spoke in Punjabi, Hindi, and then he was happy for everyone to come in and take pictures. So it was very nice, and it was a good experience for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's one of those, I think there have been 2 or 3 guys who has been a part of WOD from India, and great Khali, one of the most renowned ones. Well,
of course.
Now I'll be taking you to another very spicy thing, perhaps, and that is on the month of February, you were in Sri Lanka, Colombo. You visited the Buddha temple, and you had captioned in a picture that something like praying for a lot of runs this year, and all of a sudden you scored a century after a few months, after a few weeks. So how good was that? You must be doing that once again for ahead of the World Cups or perhaps a very big tournaments.
Yeah, I would like to go back to that temple. No, it was, I think it was last 2019, I think it was an Ireland A trip, and I wasn't supposed to go because I was playing for the senior team, but then I was in India actually working on my leg spin, and a few of the players got injured in Sri Lanka, so I got a call actually all of a sudden to go and play for Ireland A in that tournament. So I just went for the last 3 games, and then we had a bit of time off in Colombo, and then we went to the temple. So it was just a great experience to go to the Buddhist temple and see different side of things, and it was great to do that. And luckily I scored 100 after, as you said, after a few weeks. So I think the prayers were answered. So
absolutely. So next time you have a tournament up there, especially 2021 World Cup is coming, make sure a month ago, you visit that temple, pray for runs, and yes, things will be all fine.
Yeah.
We generally know that Simi Singh is an off-break bowler when it comes to spin bowling. But recently we saw you practicing some googlies over there in the nets. What was it like, bringing a bit of variations in your bowling? So you have been working on that?
Yes, I've been actually working on that from last couple of years, and googlies and leg spinners with the off spin, because especially with the T20 cricket, you need those variations to you've seen how much the wrist spinners are successful. So I feel if you just bowling finger spin the opportunities are kind of less out there to get wickets and stuff. So that's why I started working on it. And first time I bowled it in a match was against West Indies, and I got Kieran Pollard out. So that was a big wicket for me. And then I think in the Afghanistan series, I got Mohammad Nabi out with the leg spinner as well. So and then in the first class cricket, I've been bowling a lot of leg spin. So which is, I feel that's made me more confident as a bowler, and then puts more pressure on the batsman, because he doesn't know if I'm going to bowl off spin or leg spin or googly. So it's great to have all these things and be able to now, after working on that for the last couple of years, I'm more confident of using them, more in T20 tournaments and going forward.
Yes, absolutely. And now we can witness, there's a lot of T20 tournament going over all around the world, throughout the 12 months of a year. And getting all those variations, it really becomes difficult for the batsman, and most likely hope that you get picked very soon for a T20 franchise, Yeah. The other question that I remember is that, Curtis Camphor, how good has this guy been, coming into his debut, in England tour and scoring runs, taking wickets as an all-rounder. He is providing a lot of balance to Ireland cricket. What are your views on it?
Yes, Curtis, first of all, he's a great guy. We play on the same club, the same club team, so I know him quite well. And obviously coming in against England, making your debut was a pressure moment. And when he went into bat, we were 5 down. So, and then the way he handled the pressure was absolutely brilliant. And with the ball as well, he got those breakthroughs, which is great, So just shows you someone, if you give the younger players opportunities, they can shine at that level. And he couldn't have asked for a better start for his international career, and he's an important part of our team now. So hopefully he carries that form in the next tournaments.
Absolutely. Well, Simi, we come to our next segment over here, and the last one for the moment. And that is, here we'll be bringing up a few phrases and few words for you. And what you need to do is that we'll be saying the words, I'll be saying the words, and you need to strike back very rapidly whatever comes in your head after hearing that word. You need to strike back rapidly. Well, I've got 15 of them for you. And yeah, starting off. All right. First one for you. It's ultra talented. Who comes in your mind?
Rohit Sharma.
All right. Rohit Sharma. The second one, Kevin O'Brien.
Clean hitter.
Clean hitter. Yeah, absolutely. The next one, smartest cricketing brain.
MS Dhoni.
There's no choice, 90% of the people will say that. The number 4, the next one, god of fast bowling.
Glenn McGrath.
Okay. The next here, prankster.
In our team is Barry McCarthy.
Okay. I'm coming to that later on. We'll be hearing the story. The next one here is Mr. Dependable.
I think it has to be Rahul Dravid, all time.
And what about Chetashev Pujara, the new Mr. Dependable?
He's a new Mr. Dependable. Yeah, and there's Kane Williamson. There's so many players like that. Jack Cullis, all these players. They think they fall into the same category. But as growing up watching Rahul Dravid, so that's natural answer for me.
Makki ki roti and sarson ka saag.
Always, that's the favorite. Being from Punjab, that's the favorite meal ever.
You must be missing that in Ireland, man.
Yes, I do miss it, and I'm looking forward to when we go to India and go to my pind and try that.
All right. The next one over here, inspiration.
Sachin Tendulkar.
All right. Fitness freak.
There's few guys, so I don't know if I have to take one name. Obviously, Virat Kohli is there. He started fitness trend in India. In our team, there's few guys. Barry McCarthy is one of the fittest guys I know. He gets 22 on the yo-yo test, which is, very high level. So he's fitness freak in our team.
The next one is dashing.
That's a tough
Looks
one.
cool, wise.
Yeah, that's a tough question. I think if you look at the Indian team, I think KL Rahul I think he's quite dashing. So yeah,
Okay.
go with him.
Okay. The next one, best opening duo.
Sachin and Sehwag.
Sachin and Sehwag. All right. Acrobatic.
Ravinder Jadeja.
Ravinder Jadeja, yeah. The next one, three-dimensional.
He's probably more than three-dimensional. I'll say AB de Villiers.
AB de Villiers. All right. And the last one for here, and this one an interesting one, Simi Singh. What do you have to say about yourself?
Just a nice guy, I think.
All right. Okay. So yeah, with that, we nearly come to the end of this session. But before that, we'd love to hear a few things from you, and that is, you spoke about the prankster.
Barry McCarthy.
Barry McCarthy, yeah, I know him. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you must be having few tales over there. And on our show, we all, like all of them, whoever listens, they love to hear the stories. Could you just recall anything?
Yeah, I remember we were playing a Leinster Lightning game, and it was a 3-day match, and it was just one of those sessions that the game was going to be a draw, and there wasn't much happening. So Barry McCarthy took one of the it's like the clothes peg when you hang your clothes, the little hooks. Yeah, so he got one of them, and I was bowling, but I didn't know. He put it on my T-shirt, and we called them pegs, and everyone was saying, "Well bowled, Peggy," but I didn't realize that it was on my collar, and I was thinking, why is everyone calling me Peggy? Why are they not calling me Simi? So I kept on bowling, and then the more they kept saying it, it become funnier, and then I started saying as well, "Come on, Peggy." But little did I know that I was being called Peggy.
Okay.
And everyone kind of lied down on the field, and then we were laughing, and then after that, I realized when I found that peg that I was the center of the joke, and then I tried to put it on one of the batsmen who was batting, and then he played a shot and it fell down. So that was quite funny when it happened in the ground. It was one of the funniest. But Barry McCarthy was the one who started this.
All right.
Quite a funny incident.
That's amazing to hear, man. And lastly, we'd love to end this session with one of those things, one of few advices from your hand to the young cricketers. Since this is a lockdown period, not everyone is allowed, or not everyone can go out and play in the field. So, what are those suggestive drills, batting and bowling drills that you would love to suggest to all the younger guns who are watching this video?
I think, first of all, I have a few videos on my Instagram page, so if anyone gets the time, they can have a look of, because I was doing this myself when in the lockdown here, some bowling drills, and even did some batting and fitness, obviously. So this fitness you can always do, which is very important going forward in the way the game is going now. So you don't even need much equipment, so you can just do a lot of fitness stuff at home. And if you're a batsman, you can. What I used to do when I was younger, I used to have a hanging ball. So I used to have a piece of string and then put it through the ball and then just hit that. So you don't need a bowler or anyone. You can practice your basics. And as a bowler, you can just get a soft ball and practice it indoors. If you're a spinner, you can practice different balls, different grips, and try and experiment while you have that time off. So there's so many things you can do being indoors as well. And when you get that chance, at least you've done something to improve your game,
Yes, absolutely. All right, all those young guns who are watching this, make sure there'll be the Instagram link. I'll provide it in the description down there of Simi Paji. So make sure you hit that one, and go through a few of them, and I think it would be helpful for all of you. Thank you so much in the end for coming over here, making your presence felt. It was absolutely a fun session, to have you over here. Absolutely honored. And lastly, anything that you would love to say about this show or anything?
No, I think first of all, as I said at the start, thanks very much for having me. I think you're a very good host, and the questions were great. I had a good time, and just keep it going, and hope you grow bigger and bigger. And then hopefully we do another interview at some other stage.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
thank you.
Hope so. Let's hope. I might go to the temple of Colombo and pray for this, and who knows, it might work.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much over here, and everyone.
All right. Thank you. See you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel over there, and don't forget to hit the like.